What's up, sneakerheads? This your boy Beezy, aka Fat Boy Kicks, and this video is the top 5 shoes I had growing up, plus a wish list. Wish I can find these shoes again. If I can find them for a reasonable price and they're DS, I'll definitely pick up. So yeah, this video will also give you an idea on how old I am. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, how old you are. You know, I'm a sneakerhead. I've been loving sneakers forever. And that's why I like to make these videos, man, because I'm a true sneakerhead, man. And it's just something I love to do and something I like to share with y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to try to put these shoes in order by, you know, the time that I got them. So I got like 2 shoes from elementary school and 2 shoes from middle school. And I picked out 1 shoe from high school. I had a lot of shoes in high school, but this one particular shoe, you know, stood out to me the most. Like, these shoes are not very hyped up, or, you know, nowadays, you know, a lot of people have these shoes, but, you know, they're not super hyped, but there's something that mean the most to me. So without further ado, man, let's get into it. The first shoe I had, man, I think this is the first Jordan I had, man, is these Fire Red 4s. Man, when I stepped to school with these shoes, everybody was like, oh, boy, look at them Jordans. Them the new Jordans, man. Them Nike Jordans, the Michael Air Jordans. My homeboys was on me. Boy, they like them shoes. I love them shoes too, man. If I'd have knew what I knew now, if I'd have knew then what I knew now, man, I would have kept them things so crispy. You know, as a jitterbug, man, we playing basketball, running through the mud, all kind of messing them shoes, man. But every now and then I used to take a rag or a toothbrush to them, clean them up real fresh, boy. Oh, man. If you think I'm lying, well, at least I can show proof for these. Check it out. Don't clown me. I know you see. I know you see that swag. Okay. Next shoe is the Fire Red 5s. Now, I remember going to the mall with my mother. You know, shout out to my mother, too. My mother kept me fresh. Hey, my daddy supported it. So, shout out to the parents, to the real plugs. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I remember going to the mall and my mother was, you know, she showed me the new colorway of the 4s. I was like, ooh, I seen them 5s. I was like, no, ma, I want these. Let me get these just to show. I think if I didn't get it for Christmas, then I think I probably got them that same day. Probably got them that same day we was in the mall. Things so clean, boy. I remember jumping creeks in them shoes. But I remember going on a field trip. I remember that night I cleaned them up so clean, man. Oh my goodness. I had my girl on my arm. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay, moving along. Like I said, these shoes are in order, but they're not in year order because I can't remember which one I got first. But I know this next shoe is the Reebok Kamikaze 1 in the Sonic colorway, the OG colorway. Man, I remember being at the court, Metcalf Elementary Court. Man, we used to play basketball every day, and somebody was hooping. And the Reebok Kamikaze, the Sean Kemp, you know Sean Kemp, he was on fire for a little while, man. I'm talking about dunking.
He kind of transcended the game with his, the way he ran the floor, the way he was sliced to the basket, the way he was fearless.
His dunks were vicious dunks. You know, he's the type of dunk you get out of the way. Don't even try to block. You're not going to block.
Going to the hoop. Wow. Now that is attacking the basket.
I'll just throw it and then I'll start running backwards because I knew he was going to put on the show.
My general idea was to dunk on everybody.
Too crazy. Sean Kemp was that boy. But yeah, like I said, he had them on, and it was close to Christmas time, man. And we were sitting there. I was just looking at his shoe. I say, boy, Christmas, I'm asking my parents for these. Boy, I'm gonna make sure I get these shoes. And just to show, boy, I asked my mother, man, just to show Christmas morning, that was the only thing I was looking for under the tree. Look for that. I seen that box, my name on it. Well, you know, it was wrapped up. It was box shaped. It was wrapped up a gift. Man, I took that wrapping off so fast, man. I seen that box. Oh, man. Boy, I was so happy, boy. I put them shoes on. I think I wore them shoes every day for about a month. About a month straight. My Crocs guard every day. There go that boy with them crazy shoes on. Them shoes look too crazy. They nice now, but they doing a lot. They was doing a lot, man. But at the time, I love them shoes. Right now, they still look kind of fly. I love to have them in my collection, man. The Reebok Shawn Kemp Kamikaze A1. Next up, this shoe, man. This was the first pair of shoes I paid my money for, and I paid a lot of money for. Because my father, he owned a construction company, so I used to work with him all the time. I remember, man, I worked and I got that money up, man. That was the only thing I wanted. My sister was getting married at the time. You know, I was in the wedding. Boy, these shoes right here, the Nike Air Chris Webbers, that's what I call them. I think they call the Sensationals, or they're something, but they're the Chris Webbers. Man, I was in my sister's wedding, and she had the wedding. Then all the groomsmen, we went back to my parents' house, and my auntie stayed right next door. We was out there chilling for a little while before the reception started. You know, I went in the house and took them church shoes off, them tuxedo shoes off, and put them Chris Webbers on for the reception. Ooh, I was so clean. I ain't know how to step in them, man. I ain't want to bend them, man. I was walking like a duck. I remember I think it was my brother-in-law or my cousin was like, man, if you don't want to mess up the shoes, why you got them on? I had to rock them things, man. Them boys was too clean. And last but not least, these are the shoes that I had in high school. The main one that stuck out to me, and I think it was my 9th or 10th grade. I got them on Christmas. So when we came back from the Christmas break, we went to school, you know, early in the morning. It was a store down the street from my school. I went to Eastside High School, so it was a store right down the street from my school, and you could walk through the trail or walk through a trail to get to the store. And I think on the way or coming back from the store, senior, you know how you used to look up to the seniors if you know you was a freshman or a sophomore, you look up to the senior. A guy came up to me, Brett, where you got those shoes from? And you know, back in those days, you know, if you go out of town, you can like find something that's, you know, not around in the stores in your town. So, you know, I made up a fib and said, yeah, man, I got these from Jacksonville, man, some store in Jacksonville. But I got them right out of our local mall, man. I think I got them out of Champs in our local mall, but didn't nobody else have these shoes. But when the second and third colorway came out, by the time, I think it was like one other person that got the shoes, but the Dodger colorway that I had, the OGs didn't nobody have. And I mean, I used to turn heads in them shoes. I missed those shoes. Them things was super ill. They still to this day super clean. And they have the same midsole as the Ken Griffey Jr.'s, the first Ken Griffey Jr. So like, oh man, you already know, man. And them Ken Griffey Jr.'s, they was super fire too. But please comment down below if you like what shoe is the best to you. Like I say, man, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, Fat Boy Kicks. Comment, like, share down below, or comment below, like and share. Please, man, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Positive vibes all day. Peace.